So it was kind of a wet, windy, cold, miserable kind of day inside Celtic Park today, if I'm honest. But yet, the football was anything but miserable. What's happening, Celtic family? I hope you're all doing well out there. If I could ask you to do me a massive favour, and please smash that subscribe button below. I would really appreciate it. And while you're there, please give us a thumbs up. So it finishes inside Celtic Park today. Celtic 3, Hearts 0. And as I said at the beginning of the video, it was a bit of a miserable day weather-wise. But football-wise, I thought Celtic played really, really well today. We needed a massive reaction after that game against Rangers, and it's seen us going into the international break, which we had 2 weeks to stew over. And who wants 2 weeks to stew over a result like that? And we needed to come out the traps, and we needed to get some sort of result and to give the fan base something to get excited about again. Now, I'm not going to lie, I thought the first sort of 20 minutes, Celtic were a bit nervy, especially at the back, but that's taken nothing away from Hearts. They obviously looked at their big brothers and Rangers and seen what they'd done to us, especially in the first half, where they kind of hit the ball long and pressed extremely high. And I think Celtic kind of struggled with it for the first sort of 10 to 15 minutes. They almost, I was going to say couldn't find a way out. They did find a way out. They kind of they handled the press okay, but at times we looked quite nervy. I thought Carter Vickers looked quite nervy. Again, I've said this before, and especially in that last Rangers game, it's not something that we're used to saying about Carter Vickers, but I thought in that first sort of 10 minutes, I know in the second half he made a bit of a mistake that Sinazalo had to come out, but listen, we can let him off with that. But I thought the first 10 minutes, I thought the back line looked a bit nervy. I thought Cameron Carter-Vickers looked a wee bit nervy. But again, I'm taking nothing away from Hearts in that first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, because I thought they had a game plan, and the game plan was obviously to sort of hit the ball long and press as high as possible and really try and make the game as uncomfortable for Celtic as much as they could. And as I said, I did think Celtic kind of struggled with it, but yet we kind of worked our way out of it as well. And we had some good chances, and we took these good chances in the first half. But I've got to be honest, I didn't think that the first half was a great display of football. I didn't think it was a bad display of football. But when we hear the likes of Brendan Rodgers coming out in most of his press conferences and saying that he likes Celtic to start fast, that definitely didn't happen, and it's been like that for the last few games. We couldn't do that against Rangers, and we couldn't do it against Rangers in January. But again, I think taking nothing away from Hearts, I thought they had that game plan and it worked for the first 15 minutes of that game. They had a game plan to press as high, and it definitely worked for them. And as I said, I didn't think that it was the best performance in the first half, and I know that might sound a bit mad to say, considering we scored 3 goals, all 3 goals. The only 3 goals that we scored out that game, we scored in the first half, and we completely deserved it, because I've been on here before and I've said that Celtic at times just haven't been clinical enough. But yet today, any chance that we got, we seemed to hit the back of the net with it, or we were reasonably close to hitting the back of the net. So again, a very professional, and I know this will be a word that's been brandished about a lot, but it was a very professional performance. The way Celtic played in that whole game today, not just the first half, but in the second half. We weathered the storm when we had to weather the storm. Not much in the second half, but in the first half, as I said, the first 15 minutes, Hearts looked a bit dangerous at times. There was a ball that came in from the corner, Sinazalo, which was brilliant to see, because I think a lot of us were a bit sceptical about Sinazalo, because we've not really seen a lot of him. But I thought his save when it came in from the corner. That will do his confidence the world of good. He looks like he's going to be a great player. He's learning from some of the best. He's learning from Kasper Schmeichel there, who is, without a doubt, still one of the best keepers in the UK anyway, for sure, or in Europe. For me, he's one of the best goalkeepers, one of the best shot stoppers that there is. I know a lot of people go on about how good he is with the ball at his feet, and I do believe that, but I think over the last couple of games, especially in that Rangers game, it was definitely questionable. But as a whole, Kasper Schmeichel with the ball at his feet, and there's nobody can deny he's an absolute fantastic shot stopper. But Sinisalo looked very comfortable today. I thought he looked really comfortable with the ball at his feet. They did utilise Sinisalo quite a lot, obviously, to start that point of attack again today. And I thought he looked very comfortable. As I said, great save in the first half when it came from the corner. To really give him that confidence to feel like... to feel fitted in, like he wanted to try and prove himself. I think that if he there was no better time to do it, that was within the first sort of 5 minutes, which made supporters sort of have a sigh of relief that, okay, maybe we've got someone here. So no, I'm absolutely over the moon for him. Obviously, over the moon to see Callum McGregor come back in there. I think it was so evident when we played against Rangers that Callum McGregor was missing, and again today it was very evident that Callum McGregor was back on the field because everything just looked so much more composed. Callum McGregor is so composed on the ball, and as I said, the way that he directs his players and tells them what it is that he wants them to do. That was a massive miss. I don't care what anybody says. I know, and they've definitely got a point, that when we played Rangers in January, he didn't make a difference because we still got beat. I get that. But it was really, really evident that we were missing that leader. That's what I was trying to say. That leader within the park. And it was so evident today that that leader was back. And not only that, I thought today that Arne Engels, I know a lot of people, and I actually said that Arne Engels, especially in the second half of the last game against Rangers, that Arne Engels I thought was quite good. But today I thought he stepped it up a level again because he's got the confidence to go and play his game knowing that Callum McGregor is right there behind him. So therefore you get to see Arne Engels, I think, at his best, where he can just go and play his football. And I thought today he really, really did do that. And that's the kind of calmness and the belief that Callum McGregor doesn't just install in the team, but that belief that he installs in the supporters as well. And it was so, so good to have him back. So, so good to see him going off because I thought that was the right thing to do. I was actually thinking, will he take off Callum McGregor and put on Paulo Bernardo, only taking McGregor off for the simple reason that he has obviously been nursing an injury. So to give him some game time, that was brilliant to see him back in there, but to take him off and really, really sort of nurture Callum McGregor right through till the end of the season or right through till we get to that semi-final and hopefully we go on to win it and get to the final. It would be great to have. We don't want Callum McGregor to be missing out in these games, and especially to go to the last derby of the season over in Ibrox. We definitely do not want Callum McGregor out for that one again. So, as I said, absolutely brilliant to see him back in the team. So all three goals came in the first half, and listen, we're talking about Callum McGregor and how good it is to see Callum McGregor back in the team. But what about that delivery for the first goal to Daizen Maeda? Obviously the run from Daizen Maeda is fantastic, but it is an inch perfect pass by Callum McGregor to really break that lines and to see Daizen running in. And we all know Daizen's going to make that run, and Daizen, as soon as there's a bit of an empty space, Daizen's going to run into it. And what a ball it was in. And listen, what a composed finish. And that is what Daizen Maeda has in his locker. He can score goals from anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. And I'm almost getting tired. Almost, not quite, but I'm almost getting tired of just talking about how good Daizen Maeda is. And I know that there's a lot of talk about renewing his contract. So I really do hope, for a Celtic point of view, that we can get that done for us as supporters, because it would be great to try and see him get an extension on his contract. I do believe that he has 2 years left already in his contract, but you don't want that to start running down. So let's get this done this summer, hopefully. And I heard Brendan Rodgers saying in his press conference on Friday that, you know, he deserves every penny, and he does. He absolutely does. He is, without a doubt, you know, right at this present time, our best player. Without a doubt. He gives everything. He's got goals in him, he's got assists in him, and we all know about his work rate. So, yeah, without a doubt, he's an absolutely amazing addition to this team, and definitely someone that we want to keep a hold of, especially if we want to start making tracks and making more improvements in the Champions League next season. We definitely don't want to let a player like that go. And it looks like to me that Daizen Maeda is pretty happy. I don't know him personally, obviously, but reading between the lines, I would say that he's really enjoying the football that he's playing now, and he knows fine well that, you know, if he stays at Celtic, he's getting more Champions League, and it would be great to see if we can extend it for another 2 years. I think maybe after that 2 years he might leave. I think by then he'll probably be closer to about 30. I think maybe he's 27, 28 at the minute. So he might be closer to about 30. So then after that, he might want to move on, go to a bigger league and somewhere that's a wee bit hotter than sunny Scotland. So I would absolutely love, and I'm pretty sure every single one of you would agree with me saying, if we can tie him down for another couple of years. And I just hope that Celtic can get that deal done and give him what he wants. And the second goal coming in the way of Jota. Again, I thought Jota had a pretty good game today. I didn't think he maybe got enough service. Maybe he didn't get quite enough service. But any service that he did get, and any time he was on the ball, he always looked to make things happen. As Jota does, he's always looking to take on his man with that 1-2 step over, cutting in the inside or hitting the byline. And he's good at getting in space, and that's what happened with the second goal, with it coming off the post from Daizen Maeda, and Jota being in the right place at the right time. It's a tap in, but that's where you want him, and that's the kind of goals that you want him to score, because that is what we need from our wingers, is to come in there, find the space, get away from their man, and come in there with the tap-ins, or whatever way they want to score. But these tap-ins all count, and it's good to have him at the back there, getting in there in time. But brilliant, absolutely brilliant addition so far he's been since he's came back. He really has. It's almost like he's never left. So happy for Jota. And I know fine well that going into next season, Jota is just going to get better and better and better. What's happening, guys? I hope you're all doing well out there. Look, I'm really sorry to butt in the video, but this is about my time to say I was asked a wee while ago when the Boys in the Green merch was coming out. I think they meant Rebel Republic clothing brand, and I've still got plans for that. I want to make Rebel Republic more a headwear brand. So I wear a lot of caps, I wear a lot of hats, so I want to make Rebel Republic that. But it got me to thinking, why not make some Boys in the Green merch? So I'm pretty sure in this video that you have been watching, I've probably been wearing a Boys in the Green hoodie or a t-shirt of some sort. But if you haven't seen it or you haven't noticed it, this is the black Boys in the Green t-shirt that we're going to have going on sale. This is the Boys in the green t-shirt that we're going to have on sale. This is the black hoodie, just like the t-shirt, but it's a hoodie. And this is the green hoodie. just like the t-shirt, but it's a hoodie, believe that or not. But listen guys, if it's not in the bottom in the YouTube shop, then at some point it will be coming out and I will make you all aware of it. Thank you very much for people who have actually asked me if I have any Boys in the Green merch. I didn't have any, I do have it now. As you all know, this YouTube shit doesn't make me any money, so if you want to support the channel, I would really appreciate it. I just want to thank you all again for all your love and support. It's been absolutely amazing. Please remember to hit the subscribe button. But listen, for right now, let's get back to the video. And the third goal coming in the way of Daizen Maeda, and as I normally say, Daizen Maeda doing what Daizen Maeda does. And just being in the right place at the right time. The ball comes across the box. It's a great ball across the box. And Daizen Maeda get in front of the defender and popping it in the back of the net. And as I said, what else can you say about Daizen Maeda? The guy, I think, is on 30 goals already for the season. We're in March. I think that he might hit 35 or 40 by the time the season's out. And that's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So, brilliant, really good performance by Celtic. And the second half performance, there isn't too much to talk about. But if I'm honest, I actually thought the second half performance was better than the first. I know we didn't score anymore, and that sounds a bit fucking mad, but I generally thought that Celtic played some really good football. They were in complete and utter control of that second half. I can't ever remember Hearts really doing anything in the second half bar the ball coming in, and it was actually Cameron Carter-Vickers who kind of made a bit of a sloppy pass back to Sinisalo, and the striker sort of nipped in front, but Sinisalo put the block in. But I can't really remember too much and Hearts really causing us any problems within that second half. I thought that Celtic, as I said, it was just a really professional performance throughout, but that second half really was. And as I said, I know we didn't score any more goals than we did in the first half, but the way that we passed about the ball and just took complete and utter control, and we always looked like we were either going to score more or we were just happy to have the ball and play some football. But listen, take nothing away from Hearts. Also in the second half, you know, they've obviously came out with another game plan. The first half game plan was to press Celtic high. In the second, that didn't really work for them. So the second half is they've probably, I'm not sure, I'm not a manager, I'm not a football analyst, I'm just a supporter giving my opinion, but I would imagine they were kind of told that, you know, it's out of sight now. This game's kind of gone. Celtic have beat us, and let's just not make this a complete and utter embarrassment, and let's kind of play in a low block a wee bit more and just try and prevent Celtic from scoring any more and making this a complete and utter embarrassment. So I think that Hearts kind of done that, and I thought that, you know, Hearts had a good game plan. They did, to come out and really press. They know fine well that sometimes that can hurt Celtic. It didn't work out for them, so I think that they changed it up kind of after that, and into the second half they were more sort of defensive, and to a point that Celtic really probably couldn't find a way through it, but still took complete and utter control of the game. Great performance. Great to see Paulo Bernardo come back in there. I'm an absolute massive fan of him. Once he's came in, he's made he didn't get much time in the game to really show off any sort of skills that he has, but he is a great player. He did play a few good passes, and I think it was just a case of let's get him back on the park, let's get some minutes into his legs. It's not been too long since he's back on the training field, so really happy to see him back, and I'm absolutely massively happy to see James Forrest back as well. I absolutely love James Forrest. I think we all do. It's really good to see him get some minutes in his legs and get him out there. If I'm honest, I think James Forrest has maybe got one more season in him, and I don't even know how much games he'll play within that season. And then, I might be wrong, but I would imagine he will kind of hang up the boots there. But again, he's one of our own, James, and it was brilliant to see him get on the pitch today. Listen guys, don't forget to get involved in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the game today. Let me know what you're thinking for the game next week away to St Johnstone. I always love reading what you guys have got to say in there. But until the next time guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did not, thank you very much for wasting your time. Stay safe out there, Celtic family. Hail, hail. Take it easy.